So it's like, you know, so I gave him this particular video to listen to, and he was like, yo, this man is talking some good stuff. You don't have to remember it.
No, but the thing is I can follow it. Like, if you play it, it's going to stick in my head.
I think
for a few minutes. So that's why you can't be on too long.
That's what she said. So I think the content of it, I think it was the amount of F-bombs that he dropped that kept him in focus.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Because, you know,
I can't stand this guy, by the way.
That's awesome.
Full disclosure, I can't stand him.
You know what? As a matter of fact, because you said that, we're going to start.
But it's only because he reminds me of me.
It's only because he reminds me of you?
Only because he reminds me of me, yeah. Look at him with his fucking hat backwards. What does he think he is, dude? Like, you know, the tech bro shit of the 2000s. That shit's done.
Yeah. He's awesome though. He's awesome. So
no,
you know,
he's smart. He's smart.
Yeah, we're actually gonna start with this video here simply because you can't stand him. So what'd you say when you first saw him? You think he's a what?
I don't remember.
That's good, Steve. You should have disclosed it because he's got you on camera.
What do you call this?
No, I didn't say he was an asshole. I see where you're at. No, I didn't say he was an asshole. No, I actually, you know, he cares about philanthropic stuff, and obviously he cares to share a positive message, you know, to people. But you know, I just don't like him because he reminds me of me.
Steve says So Steve hates himself, ladies and gentlemen.
I can't stand it. It's a self-loathing thing. I can't.
Steve is like, he reminds me of me too much. No, I
don't. Right. That's what I said. I said like, you know, like, is there like a caricature of yourself that just jumps out and just fucking like pokes fun of every little mannerism that you have and things, and just like you see it outside of you, and it's living outside of you, and you're just like fucking hitting it.
But. Okay. But he's rich though. I mean, wouldn't you want to be the rich version of you?
I don't care. Money, status, all that doesn't. You know, no. I look at a person, right? I look at their eyes. I see if they're a good person or not. I never said he was a bad person.
Oh no. I
don't
never
like
thought. Yeah, I never thought you said that he was a bad person.
No, he's a good person. I'll just hit him with a fucking shovel if I ever see him. I just that's all.
You hear that, Gary? You know, it's funny. I'm going to bring this back up later on. So we're going to start off with this guy right here. So we're going to start off with this particular video. So this is what we're going to do. I want to welcome everybody to episode 3 of Passive Gains for Life. You know, we started out, it was just me and Dave, and then there were 3. So proper episode to add third person. This is Steve. I'm giving his first name only because I can't remember Steve's last name.
It's okay. Nobody remembers it.
Yeah, no, nobody remembers anybody's last name.
It's
exactly. So we're good friends here, but I can't remember Steve's last name. It was no need to remember. It's like Steve. We all 3 of us worked at the same place at one point in time. That's how we know each other. Steve is now much farther north than we are right about now. That hence the jacket, you know, like the mountain man look he now has. When he was here, he looked completely different. You know,
I miss you, Steve. Come back down.
We do miss you, man.
You know, but moving up was hard.
Yeah,
you know, losing the friends, not losing, but saying, you know, I can't see you guys every day. You know, that was hard, but
yeah,
there's other positives up here.
But now we get to be together this way.
Yeah. Like Steve said when I talked to him, he's like, man, this is giving me the band vibes, you know. So I think this is good, man. We're out to make a positive change in people's lives. We're trying to make a positive change in our lives. You know, it's not the money, it's not the status that we're looking for. All 3 of us are looking for options in life. And I'm sure if you're anything like us, regular people, you want options, and options only comes with money.
Right.
There's no other way you can slice it. You want the option to go to work? Money. You want the option to live where you want to live? Money. You know, if you want options in life, you need it. So how do we get that? We're looking to get passive gains for life. And by doing that, we're going to focus on things like mindset, skill set, tool sets, assets. Those 4 pillars will set you up for life, thus getting you passive gains for life. How do we do it? By doing the things that it takes to get there. So in episode 3, we're focusing on mindset. And, this is a part of the mindset series, but this is mental toughness. So this first video that we're going to introduce of Gary Vee is how to win the mindset game. Very, very on topic. And we're going to be kind of doing a different flow this time from the past 2 episodes. We're going to kind of just focus on certain bits of the video. I will include the links to these videos down in the description below, so you can go and watch the full videos for yourself. But we're going to kind of extract the things that hit home with us, and then whatever resonates with you, go watch it for yourself. Because I'm not editing all that.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, so we're going to start here, and we'll give it a few minutes in, and there's a part that I want to get to so we can start out with. So let's get this rolling.
24 hours ago, I was very much back to my entrepreneurial roots. I was in Atlantic City, New Jersey for the last 3 days, and I was set up at a table, and I was selling trading cards, sports cards, and sports stickers the way I learned business when I was 11, 12, 13 years old. But unlike 30 years ago when I was doing it, the majority of the cards that I was selling the last 3 days were VFriends cards, which is an intellectual property that I'm building. And that intellectual property, those 250 characters, are very much the Sesame Street Pokemon characters that I'm going to use for the next 45, 50 years to really talk about mindset and perspective. The things that I've been doing as Gary Vee have been really fun for me, but I'm one human being. One man. I also have a very specific style that I communicate and live, and that works for many, but it doesn't work for everybody. Watch this. How many people here, by show of hands, the first time you ever saw me on the internet thought that I was a jerk or an asshole? Raise your hands. Look. That hurts. But I'm incredibly self-aware. I understand why. I get it. And for the way the world actually works, luckily for me, that the truth always wins in the end, and I'm able to persevere. Eventually you make the right piece of content at the right time that fits for somebody. But I'm also aware that for some people, because of the cursing or for some other reason, I'll never be able to be the person that speaks to them about the true virtues that matter to live a joyful life. And thus, many years ago, I decided I'm going to build an entire universe of characters to do that, so that I can start from people when they're 3 years old all the way to their 99. That's not what I want to talk to you about, but those characters enable and represent the things that I want to talk to you about. The things that I want to talk about are the things that are hard on a journey to achieve happiness and joy, fulfillment, whatever one tries to achieve. I've been thinking about something a lot lately, which is a lot of my friends and acquaintances always ask me why I go so hard, why I'm pushing so hard. Because I'm very fortunate at this point in my life that I've put some wins on the board. I've achieved a couple of things. It always reminds me how surprised I am when people ask me this question. It reminds me how many people genuinely believe that financial status is the North Star. Their question is almost always baked in the framework of how much money I've acquired or have. And I always ponder that. It's always so interesting to me how the data, the math, is black and white on this issue. There is absolutely no correlation to one's wealth that maps their happiness.
All right, so I wanted to start right there on that point. So,
Truth wrapped in a turd sandwich.
See, I knew Steve was going to be great.
Jesus.
Steve hates the way this man delivers his message.
I might get my shovel.
Let me get my shovel. Now, why would you? What would lead you to say such a thing, Steve? Tell us, please.
No, he's actually all right in that clip. He's not, whatever. It's the truth. It's what I just said before. Even put the video on. You see somebody. I don't care about financial, your wealth, whatever you've accumulated. It doesn't mean anything. I look at you and I see what you're saying. Are you a good person? This or that. That's what truly matters to me in my own personal relationships. As far as business, and getting things done, you got to deal with true assholes, but if they're competent assholes and you're getting something done, then that's where you are.
Now, I do want to add that Gary Vee, I've heard this in one of his other videos. He wants to set out to be the anti Steve Jobs. So everybody, coming up in Silicon Valley, the whole tech industry, Steve Jobs was held as the man. This is who you need to be to achieve success. And he basically treated his staff like
garbage.
Yeah, like throwaways. Yeah. Like he fired a man in the elevator for talking to him. Or asking a question somehow. I forget exactly what it was. I never got a chance to see that movie that Ashton Kutcher played him at. I think it was called Jobs. And, I just remember somebody saying that it was a point in the movie where this guy literally had a conversation. It was more or less like, oh my gosh, you're Steve Jobs. You're this, you're that, you're the. And he asked, who was this guy in the elevator? He was like, yeah, fire him. It's like, what? Like,
wow.
Why? So Gary is he's setting himself up like, look, you don't have to be the butthole to succeed. You don't this notion of nice guys finish last is stupid, because you don't have to be. You can win more people over with niceness. Now, I think it's ironic that Gary Vee's personality is very prickly to a lot of people, but then when you find out he's really not prickly at all, he's just a blunt human being. And you know how people are with bluntness. They don't like it. They just, oh my gosh, you're telling me something that's actually true. I don't like you. Lie to me.
You're not sugarcoating stuff.
Yeah.
Hey man, I've been nice my whole life, and people walk over me sometimes.
Well,
me too.
Well, let's ask that question though. Let's explore that right quick. So why do you feel that people walk over you? Is it something that you allow that to happen, or is it something that you feel like, oh, because of my niceness that, I'm just going to let somebody walk over me,
No, I kind of just let them. I don't know. I like to be helpful to people. I always like to give people the benefit of a doubt, that they may not be this bad character. But anyway, I'm always helping people all the time. And then they just take advantage and they keep asking more and more. And then when I ask, it's nothing in return.
I'll see. I'm familiar with that feeling too. Like sometimes, like in a relationship with, and I mean friendship, relationship, coworkership, whatever. Sometimes people have a bad day, and you give them the benefit of the doubt, like you said. So I totally get that feeling. The way I've handled it in my life is, I'll give them a couple chances, and like you said, I'll let them once, maybe twice. Now it used to be more, right? As I was younger, a couple times, right? Now it's once, maybe twice. But
go ahead.
No, that's it, really. I mean, I'll do it once, maybe twice. Yeah, by the second time, I'm old enough to know this is not just a.
Yeah, you've seen this happen before.
The coffee that day, or whatever. It's not.
I'm the same way. Like I give them like 2 or 3 chances. By that third time, I'll still be cordial to the other person, respect them, but I won't go out of my way to help them.
Yeah. So it seems like Steve lives by the 3-strike rule, and then you don't give them the time of day afterwards. And Dave is more or less, I have a 3-strike rule, but it's more silent and friendlier.
Yeah.
You know, and then when it comes to me, I check you immediately.
Yeah.
Like I'd be like, yeah, no, this ain't gonna happen. This ain't how it works. Y'all remember Goof Troop, right?
Goof Troop, yeah.
Yeah. No, not the cartoon. The guy that used to work with us, the one that lied on me.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like,
cartoon.
yeah. So you know how it was. Dave even stood up in the office after I had that conversation when he came in there. I was like, yo, take your plans.
I know who you're talking about now. Yes.
I've never seen him that pissed off ever. You know how Roger's always laughing and just chill?
Yeah.
That's the one time he said, take your shit. I mean, he was like crazy.
So we 3 different people. We're all nice, you know, we have different ways of dealing with this, right? So this is the mental toughness that we have cultivated over the years. Dave's a tad bit more passive. I'm a tad bit more aggressive, and Steve is just a little bit more balanced, right? So in the online world that we're trying to venture into, people don't care about your feelings. They like,
100%.
I give this many about your feelings.
Yeah.
Or it'd be like, F's, I'm all out of those. I don't care nothing about your feelings. You look ugly, you funny looking, you sound like this, they'll tell you anything in the comments. I mean, this is episode 3, so we don't have any comments yet.
Yeah.
But
I'll comment on it.
I'm sure when they come in, if you have that mental mindset where it's, you know, soft, that's the only other way I could say it, then you're going to be affected by it. Now, Gary covers that in this video, and we're going to spend a little bit more time on this particular video here because he covers a wide variety of things in here, but he talks about that as well, the mental toughness that we need to have, and also the mental toughness of dealing with changes and things that just happen. Like, audience, before we recorded this video, we were supposed to start at 5:30, and we didn't really get started till like 6 o'clock, a little bit after 6, because of things that happen. But the mental fortitude to stay on to do it, because Dave, he needs to eat. I have no idea what Steve's got going on. Me, I literally rose myself from the dead like this week just to be here right now, because I know this needs to happen, because it's about giving you guys good entertainment, hanging out with us, and just hearing what it's like for people who are actually trying to get out of the rat race, right? Steve loves his job, right?
I do.
I like my job. Dave
I do too.
likes his job, but out of us 3, me and Dave, we're tired of jobs. We're just tired of it. Just done. Right? And I'm pretty sure some of you that may be watching this hate your jobs or is looking for a way to get out of it. So having that mental toughness to deal with that, then come home and create content, or come home and start a blog or start a website or do something to get into this massive online market, because this is just, it's plain and simple. This is the new economy. If you're not trying to start it now, you're getting left behind, basically. So you got to have the mental toughness to keep going. So with that in mind, we're going to watch this next video here. I'm going to just let it ride for a little bit, and I'll probably stop it at a certain point.
We got to stop it now. Hold on.
What's up? Oh, Dave
has to go blow my nose. Yeah, no, my nose is taking off. I'll be right back. Hold on.
It's no problem. We'll just edit that right out. But this is what it's about, man.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, man.
Chaos theory, you know.
Yes.
Who would have thought, you know, the drop of water would have rolled down this way, or, you know, tiny imperfections, you know, running Dave's nose. You know,
oh man, down. Dave's got to have surgery, Steve.
Chaos theory.
Literally, He has to have surgery. Like you had to have some surgery recently.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And no, it wasn't cancer. He just shaved his head.
Okay.
But no, Dave has some stuff going on with his nose.
Yeah, I got to cut my nose out.
Yeah.
What?
January 16th.
Thanks, son.
Yeah.
Why?
I'm so pissed.
Sniffing.
I wanted to get it before. Anyway,
just
Who knows?
I can't breathe. I can't taste. I can't smell. I can't do anything. Well, I can breathe, but
you still can't taste.
and I was hoping to get it done before Thanksgiving.
Ah, well.
So they said, no, we'll try to do it sooner. January 16th. Is that good? I was like, that's next year.
Dang, man, you're gonna have
Alrighty.
a very interesting Thanksgiving.
Sucks.
How's that taste? It's filling. All right, let's get this thing on. What's up, Steve?
What happened? Go ahead.
Oh,
To say it better, I just found out that I'm like violently lactose intolerant.
wow.
Oh, I am too.
You are too? Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it sends me to the hospital.
What?
Oh, mine gets me on my knees and I cramp up. Like, I get the sweats, want
Yeah.
to throw up, and both ends come out.
Oh,
The
man.
clamminess.
It's just one end, but it's like rocket ship, so it's not.
Both thrusters.
It is part of where we're at, and probably what got you thinking of, how do I expand? How do I bring in this passive income? Because what, we all got a time limit. You know what I mean? We all got an expiration date. So
Exactly.
just saying, it's not easy.
You're cutting that part out, right, Roger?
No. Why would I? That's real talk, man. Listen, this ain't for us. This is for the people at home, man. They need.
This is the real shit.
Yeah. Because see, when you see these people on YouTube, they personify perfection almost, or they not really, but sometimes we throw that subconsciously on them. Like, these people got their life together. Like, these people are doing well. And this guy, Sean Kennel, the next clip we're going to see here, he's Sean Kennel from Think Media. And this is their conference, the Grow with Video live conference that they had. This was from this year, 2022. Sean Kennel, he was like, and see, I'm sorry, y'all gonna have to forgive me. I'm still new at this. I need to do more research on the people, but I do know his story sort of, but you can go and find it. I'll be better in the next episodes, I promise. But he suffered a lot with his wife when they was trying to get their channel going, and his wife nearly died on him. When they got things going, his wife nearly died on him. He had no idea what was going on. She got sick, and she was like dying, seriously dying. And somehow they made it through that. There's a story behind it, but we all go through crap. We all suffer through something. And the thing is, to leave that part out about our personal, problems that we have, that would be doing the audience a disjustice. They need to see that, hey, with our struggles, we're still on here trying to do something. We're trying to make it happen. Because like Steve so eloquently said, we all have a time limit. We got an expiration date. And see, that expiration date in our head is like far off into the future. But we don't know when that expiration date is. It's not like, if for you anime watchers out there, it's not like Death Note. You just turn on the Shinigami eyes and you can see the number counting down, above their head. You know what I'm saying? Steve knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm taking notes. I'm going to watch it later.
Death Notes.
Good one.
Yeah, but no, this is what drives us. And we're eventually going to do a video on the gentleman Myron Golden. And he approaches the whole business end from a biblical perspective. And he says that. He's like, I'm doing this because I am dying. We don't have long lives on this earth. So we got to make it worthwhile while we're here. Having options in life allows life to be much richer, much fuller. We can do things for people. We can give to people. We can help. We can help ourselves. We can help our family. So yeah, man, this is always good to talk about what you're going through. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll this clip. Let me set it all up. Here we go.
TikTok
Yes.
just made a major move, and they talked about a 50-50 split, which would be the first platform that's come in for YouTube's super generous ad rev share. That has been a major, I think, reason why creators flock there. It pays the best. Right now, it's limited to big creators, 100,000. And what do you think in terms of your predictions in TikTok gunning for everybody right now?
Look, I think they've done a really good job. I think, first of all, their algorithm is based on the interest graph instead of the social graph, which is a huge advantage. And I believe in merit. So my favorite thing is to look at all your TikToks where this video got 17 views, this one got 430, and this one got 1.9 million. That feels like merit. Everybody's Instagram being around the same numbers doesn't feel like merit. And so I think we're intoxicated by the merit of it. They've been very aggressive. They've already won. And now they're just going to expand. That's what everybody does, right? So they won on this thing, now they're saying, oh, you can make longer videos. Oh, you can write more. Like today, I was like, wait a minute, I can write more copy? I missed the headlines. I've been in like a cocoon for 4 months with VCon and Series 2 Friends. So they'll just create everything. And so, yeah, I mean, I think they're incredibly aggressive. They're still acting like a small company. They're innovating. And now they've got everybody following them. They're the clear leader, in my opinion, of the attention graph, which I think is the most important currency in the world. And I think it's a smart move.
If you, backstage, you said something, you said that short form is a gateway to long form. So what would your strategy be for that? If you're making TikToks, you're getting the short form reach. Is long form substance in your opinion? And does that mean send people off platform? Does that mean try to get TikTok to get your account to 10 minutes, which is super interesting, longer form vertical video? What do you mean by short form as a gateway to long form, and what would the tactics be in that?
It means that a lot of long form creators don't focus on short form and vice versa. And there's a reason I have 1 hour keynote videos and 1 hour podcasts, but also pound unlimited micro content that's 10 seconds long. You can go very tactical, and you know, a lot of people want to hear that are like, should I make a TikTok that says watch the rest on YouTube? It's less about that. People will find you. They become intrigued. Your URL strategy on all your social networks should be very thoughtful. I'm constantly changing them based on whatever my objectives are. But it just means that the world of content creating should be always thought about as and I notice that everybody's into or. Right? People are insecure. Most of you did not start on TikTok fast enough because you didn't have followers on it. You didn't start on TikTok fast enough because you had 80,000 followers on Instagram and you had 0 on TikTok and you didn't like that feeling. That's why celebrities lost the first time around. So like the things that you made fun of people for on Instagram, you became on TikTok. And so, you know, I think it's always and. Everyone's an or. They're like, Gary, I'm already on Instagram. They love using like logical excuses like, Gary, I need to focus. I'm like, cool. Knock yourself out. I'll talk to you in 36 months when you're crying. You're focusing on losing. The lack of humility and the lack of interest in putting in the work on the new thing because you just figured out the last thing is why most people don't grow. There's not an accident that I've been winning on every platform for the last 15 years. It's called humility and hard work.
All right.
Yeah, that was good.
You know, he's very insightful. It's hard to take somebody seriously that looks like an evil Ash Ketchum.
Oh man.
Look at the hat. Look at the hat.
Look at the hat.
Let's look.
The shoe.
Hold on,
You know,
wait a
Ash
minute.
Ketchum
Let's
is
go
all
back to
red,
that.
right?
Let's go back to that.
He's blue. He's the evil Ash Ketchum.
The evil Ash Ketchum. Oh, I love it. I love it. Yes, I never even thought about the whole Ash Ketchum hat, but if you ever saw V Friends, bro, look up V Friends after this when we get a chance. He basically made
Gary Vee.
Gary Vee, gotta catch 'em all. I wanna be the very best. I wanna own the Jets.
Wait, he does own the Jets, though.
No, he wants to own the Jets.
I thought he did.
TikTok is my real test.
thought he said that he owns the Jets.
No. He wants to
Because
own
wait
the
a minute,
Jets.
he was
That's his dream. That's his
okay.
dream to own the Jets. Yes, that's his pinnacle. But
Oh,
he'll
no,
tell
no.
you.
Oh, wait, no. I
What?
misunderstood. I thought you said he wants to own a jet.
No,
No, he wants to own
Jets.
the
the
team.
Jets, the team.
No, I really don't like.
The team, the Jets.
No, you don't like it.
I really don't like it.
Wait.
Well, Dolphins fan, dude. What do you want me to do?
Well, I know we're all Dolphins fans. We naturally hate the Jets, and you know it's funny because, bro, one day, if we do good, if we do good enough, and you know, honestly, he'll even say this in the video. He's willing to appear on lower shows to help people out and not get any views. He's like, he'll discuss that later on, but. Yeah, we're just gonna have to be like, yeah, we're Dolphins, you know, we're Jets, you're Jets.
I'm not into sports.
Yeah, you don't have to see, Dave. You'll actually be the middleman for us, right? You could sit there in between us because I know Steve's gonna say something that's gonna piss him off, and I'm like, wait, Gary, please wait.
Gary, please.
Yeah, but
no, Gary, no. Fuck you, Gary. Gary.
Oh, so let me give this disclaimer. If you have small children and you just so happen to like watching our videos, episodes 1 and 2, there's not much cursing in it, but I'm thinking from 3 and on, you might hear some things that small kids may not want to hear, especially in this episode. I got the one without the curses out.
I thought he does.
And I'm going to edit this video, and I work a full-time job, so I probably will not be muting the F-bombs. So yes, this is your disclaimer.
I'll keep it on the low.
Audience, trust me, Gary's gonna,
the video's gonna be dropping bombs.
And Dave, we know how Steve talks, right? He sounds oddly like Steve when he says his curse words. Like, I'm serious, it comes off as, are you sure you're not Russian? You don't have any Jewish Russian roots like Gary?
Yeah, I mean,
look at his nose. So
Rasputin. No, I don't. Comrade, please, do not insult me, please. My borscht is getting cold.
Da.
It's possible.
Da.
Очень хорошо.
Очень хорошо. Yes, we speak a little Russian. That's because we have a friend that used to work with us. We're going to say his name, Angel. He taught us all Russian, and he's actually from Cuba. He grew up in a communist country, lived in a communist country, and now he lives in America, and his smile is as big as the day. So back to the video where he said about performing on the platforms, right? He was saying that people not wanting to get on the new thing because the old thing is working so well for them. This is new for us, right?
It is an ego thing. It's like what he said. It is an ego thing. You know, you start from zero. That's hard.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're starting at zero.
Yeah.
Like absolute zero. Like I was impressed that we had 16 views.
17 million views.
Well,
I'll Photoshop the numbers on there.
Yeah, I like to see you try. Get us community striked and banned from YouTube forever. But yeah, this video has 4.3 million views. We had, between the two videos that Dave and I recorded, we had 32. Now, realistically, I know we're not going to have, 4.3 million views, especially no time soon, right? And who knows what the future might hold. What, as we grow, as we do things, as we learn things, we're going to encounter things that's going to cause us to doubt ourselves, right? And, this is new for us. So we're trying something new. We're taking a risk. And this is a very minimal risk compared to like real risk in life. Like nobody's really investing any real money right now. We're not going broke trying to start a business online. So you as the viewer, if you're trying to start a business online in any way, shape, and form, whatever that might be, think about it. This is a low cost startup. The risk involved is your ego. at the end of the day, that's the biggest risk. And for a lot of people, their egos cannot handle this. This is a struggle for them to not be the best or not be what they deem to be at this level. And, you know, like he just said, he's like, the humility that some people expect. I mean, the humility that people don't have because they just expect to be here. Like, I'm going to get online, I'm going to turn on my camera, everybody's going to love me the moment.
Right. Special. Love me. You know.
Yeah.
I hate the camera.
Yes.
You already know that.
Yeah, we know. I know. Trust me. I told
you look good on the camera.
You look good on camera, man. Trust me, man.
Let me get a blue moon.
Huh?
And I'll be like, yeah.
Yeah, we want you to look good on camera, not be a drunken fool. And that's
but I'll be more relaxed.
That's only one blue moon. That's not like
it's pop the top and sniff it, and I'm on the floor.
Listen, Dave is super easy when it comes to alcohol. He can, like he said, he can sniff it and he's done, right?
Mm-hmm.
But let's get back into the video. Let's see how he cleans this up.
You think I was pumped when I had 1 million followers on Twitter and Instagram came along? I was pissed. I'm like, I'm fucking winning this bird game. But I'm like, fuck, everyone's gonna go there, so I need to go. You think I was pumped when TikTok came along? I was dominating the gram. I was like, that's where it's gonna be. So the lack of humility and the lack of like, shit, I don't wanna learn this new thing, I just got this, that's fine. There's a problem though. What you want has nothing to do with what the market is doing. The market doesn't give a shit about your feelings. The market's not like, oh, Tyrone spent a lot of time on fucking Instagram, we should not create TikTok. You think God's thinking like that? Get the fuck out of here.
I do want to say this one thing. This is what's absolutely hilarious about this is that typically with Sean Cannell and his followers, or Sean Cannell and his followers, they're typically Christian.
Oh, wow.
So this is at one of the Christian, like they most of them, or they have a Christian bent to them. So at this conference, Gary Vee is dropping F-bombs left and right. And, you know, Sean Cannell was like, clearly like, okay, which is great. But the point that he just said there is something that was very, very truthful. The market does not care at all about your feelings. I just thought that was so funny. It was like Tyrone. Oh, we're not going to create this because Tyrone.
Yeah.
But I mean, but think about that. Because all right, so we're starting out on YouTube, right? Let's say something maybe, I don't know, a year from now pops up where it's like, hey, we got to move to this platform, or hey, we have to do something on this other platform or get involved with it. Are we going to have the egos that stops us from winning on another platform?
I'll be fine.
We can say that now. I mean, because we're not winning at all right now. Right now, we're just starting.
I don't know. I've always been fine.
Tackling new platforms, you know, I think naturally new platforms try and make it easy for people to get on, especially in the beginning, you know, so why not? We already, you know, get the content together and package it and ship it out to different corners of the grams, of the TikToks, of the YouTubes, of, you know, and all of that. And it each requires its own work, its own steps and this and that. But at the end of the day, it's 2 or 3 more clicks.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically.
Yeah, but it's more platforms you got to upload to. More time.
All right. All right. Let's get back into it then.
All right.
You won on YouTube or you won on Instagram doing that to the person that was holding on to Twitter or Facebook, but then you're mad when TikTok's doing it to you. The hypocrisy is deafening.
Powerful. That's, come on, yeah. Gary, that's a great lead-in to.
By the way, I'm laughing. So, did you see this? No video. Hard drive crashed.
Yeah, got it.
That makes me laugh.
Brutal. I know. Right? It's nice
See, you have to adjust to reality.
We're adjusting. We gotta pivot right now.
You wanted some sort of video.
That's right.
But the fucking hard drive crashed.
We gotta pivot.
Gotta pivot.
Yeah, life is life.
I'm pumped that you got a blue check on Instagram, but here comes TikTok to fuck your shit up. What are you gonna do? You're gonna sit and hope? I'm watching everybody like hope. I hope this TikTok thing doesn't happen. All of you got forced in. Technology will beat your ass. I love all of you that don't think NFTs are coming. You will lose. You're pumped that the market's down. See? See nothing. I'll see you in 2027.
Let's go.
Hold on. Yeah, I gotta stop it right there. Me and Steve had a conversation about NFTs. And you know that look that Steve gets when it's like you like turn a fire hose on at his face and he's like that look right there.
Wait, is he into that?
No, Steve is not into NFTs. He thinks that it's complete trash.
No, I don't think it's complete trash. I think it is currently trash. You know, I don't think there's anything of value with what it's produced so far. But can the technology be adapted to do something useful? Yeah, sure. You know, it's just finding it out, finding that thing. You know,
Dave, what about you?
Okay, proof of work. You know, selling digital copies of stuff, but you know, you see how problematic all of that stuff is. Hit print screen, and you know what I mean. Like if we're talking digital artwork, if we're talking, you know, music. What's that guy? Martin Scarelli. He bought that Wu-Tang album. They only did one copy, one pressing. They did it like it was what, 8 years ago?
A couple years ago, yeah.
You know, before he went to jail, before he was raped probably in jail. You know, he bought that Wu-Tang album. You know, from raising people's EpiPen prices 1,000% or whatever it was, you know, off the backs of those poor, sick people trudging along, going to work, you know, trying to just live their lives, you know, got their little EpiPen with them, and now all of a sudden it costs whatever it costs. You know, Mr. Martin Unscrupulous. You know,
that's him.
But he did, you know, but okay, so right, I kind of trailed off there. What, you know, that one album, that Wu-Tang album, could you have done that as an NFT to sell it, this and that? Yeah, I guess you could have, you know, or they just did one fucking vinyl pressing, and that was it.
Dave?
Well, the NFTs I think will work on like you know, magazine covers, or you know, for every time they sell an item with that artwork on it, it'll be easier because it's on that blockchain, right? So you get all the individual sales and everything, be easier to track.
Yeah, it'll say that you're the owner, you know, of whatever you purchased. You know, at the end of the day, whatever you're purchasing, the value is the value. The market is crazy right now with these things because people are valuing it on a whim. You know, that's the big problem I have with it. The technology is sound. Okay, yeah, distributed, you know, we got distributed networks for all types of stuff. You know, now it's a distributed network for proof of purchase and, you know, stuff like that, which, hey, cool. That's all. It is cool. But you're selling bored apes. All right, did you hear about this ape coin? That they were doing with the ape coin. They were doing these airdrops, giving people more ape coins, so diluting their own, you know, their own coins.
I didn't hear about that.
You know, so like I follow this dude. His name is Josh Answers. He's that guy. I don't know if you ever heard me on the, you know, with the stock market stuff at work. So this guy's a Christian. He's from Egypt. His family's from Egypt. They moved over, you know, when he was a baby or whatever. I don't know exactly his whole story, but you know, he talks about that a lot. He was into that whole you know, the Bitcoin stuff, the cryptos and all this stuff. But you know, that's where I get a lot of my kind of like market info from. Like, he's a really good resource. And I trailed off. I forgot exactly where I was going with it.
No, I'm in the same boat with you about that ape picture. You remember the NFT of that picture of an ape, and they were selling it for thousands of dollars, and I'm like,
all types of those.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, right. So he bought one of those bored apes. Thank you for reminding me. So he bought one of those bored apes and live on his YouTube stream was like, oh, tomorrow we're supposed to get an ape drop or whatever. It's they were gifting ape coin to people who bought the NFT for that Bored Ape artwork that he had bought. So he gets that. It was going for like 60 grand, something like that. He bought it for like 20. It went for 60. He got coins dropped to him. It was like, I don't know how many. I think it was like 15 or 20 grand worth of ape coin that was gifted to him.
Man, he went ape.
That same day, he sold it it was going for 60 grand. He sold the ape for 20 grand.
Wow.
Right? Get this. He sold it for 20 grand, turned it into a down payment for a house. And rented the house out, because that's really what he does. Yeah, he messes around with the stock market and this and that, options trading and stuff like that. I learned by watching him. But what he is really into is real estate and preservation of wealth. So he is a landlord. He buys houses all over the country. Very cool guy. Anytime if you catch his stream, and I'll send you guys the link to his streams, because he streams every day from market open to close, and I listen to him like a radio show, because he's into all types of stuff like that. But I watched him do that ApeCoin thing live, turned it into a house, and now what is ApeCoin? What is ApeCoin even still around? I don't even know.
All right, so that's a good question to ask, because we're looking at it like, how can I say, none of us are well versed in it, right? But we look at it as another way of investing, another type of currency, basically, right? So Gary is talking about more or less the blockchain itself, the fact that it can be like contracts, digital contracts, things that can't be tampered with once you do a thing with it.
Right. And when I see contracts being done for buildings, like you're hiring subcontractors, you're doing this and that, from construction, right? That's what we know. But when I see that type of stuff happening with blockchain technology, then I guess. But right now, Adobe you could do a digital signature on Adobe, and it's the same shit.
It's the same thing.
It's not on the blockchain.
It's not on the blockchain. That's why I'm like, it's. I get it, but what's the value of it being distributed? Because that's really the differences, right? What's the difference between signing digitally in Adobe and it says, okay, yeah, I purchased this. This is a digital signature. This shows that I did this digitally, right? I am the owner of whatever the hell I'm doing or whatever contract I'm entering into. What's the difference of that? And all right, because that's peer-to-peer. That's one person. That's one contract, one PDF you're signing, right? Whatever. What's the advantage of doing it that way versus doing it distributed?
All right.
Because on Adobe, you can upload it to Chrome and break the digital signatures, and there you go.
Yeah. So that's the disadvantage of using.
I don't know if you can or not, but
right. Well, maybe because Dave would know more about computers than me and Steve would. However,
no, you guys are good.
No, that was good. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. Neither did I.
Somebody forge let's say I bought that Wu-Tang album and I did a digital signature saying, this is the one I want to buy, whatever. Somebody comes, forges it, and steals my one of a Wu-Tang album. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, and I'm glad you said that. All right, so let's encapsulate it from what I know about the blockchain. Right, it's a digital ledger. It's distributed. Now, somebody might correct me later on in the future if they see the comments or they see this video. I might be wrong, but please correct me. But as far as I know, the blockchain is a digital ledger that cannot be tampered with. Right? It's open to the public, cannot be tampered with. Once something is on the blockchain, that's it. Whatever it is, that's what it is. That's why the art world, when it came to the NFTs, has kind of taken it and did like this digital gold rush, because when you mint something, like if you see Gary's V friends, it looked like Dave drew these with his eyes closed, and Dave can draw. But Gary made these himself, but it's the minting process. So once it's minted on the blockchain, you can take that and sell it. Now that minting process keeps it attached to the original owner. Nobody can just go and make a copy of it. They can't break it. They can't Photoshop it. It's minted digitally on the blockchain, the open ledger. So it being distributed in that way keeps it completely honest. Like nobody can tamper with it at all. But then the upside to that is, because let's say if you created something, and I gave this analogy to Steve. So if David minted something on the blockchain, right? I purchased it for an amount of money. Dave gets that money. I now own this item. If I sell it to you, Steve, well, I get paid, and so does Dave. Steve, you sell it to somebody else.
If he sold it to you, you're the owner now, and whatever you decide to sell it to me for, that goes to you.
No, but the percentage goes to Dave too, and not out of my percentage. That's how it works. You will literally, whoever the original owner is, gets paid into perpetuity. Like I might be missing some few steps, but I could
see how that would be possible, just because, you could set the rules for whatever blockchain you're creating, right? So if there is something that you get paid into perpetuity, then I guess however many times it changes hands, I guess you could trickle it back. I don't want to say trickle
probably
back.
like a service fee.
Well, I can tell you, looking at the artist Beeple, he's still getting paid for his artwork that's being sold off. Like people are selling that's why it was going haywire, because like it
But no, if nobody's buying, if
nobody's buying, hey, nobody's buying.
This V-Friend stuff, is this like, what is a V-Friend? Is this like a cartoon character he created?
Yeah, basically, like you said, it's like a Pokemon version. It's like friendly bear, integrity otter, or something like that. Like if you look at it and you see it, you would absolutely hate it, Steve. You would be like, what is this?
Have you guys heard of you guys know Ryan and Ryan's World and all of that?
Yeah.
Everywhere, right? Super smart parents, really taking advantage of the marketing. They got merch everywhere. There's another one that's recently come up that Alejandro likes to watch. His name is Blippi, right? And I relate Blippi like he's the new age Pee Wee Herman, right? But without any of the gross stuff, right? You know what I mean? So, and he's very educational. He he's very high pitched voice and very what's the word, effervescent. For lack of a better term. He's catered to toddlers, right? And toddlers love him. This dude's got Broadway shows now.
What?
Broadway shows. Yes. Yeah. Broadway show. Maybe not on Broadway, but he has like a play, like that. They go around to playhouses. They put on this show, of Blippi and Blippi stuff. This dude is coming after Ryan's crown.
Wow.
100%.
He's got merch in Walmart. He's right next to Ryan in Walmart. Dude is there, and I can tell you guys you haven't never heard of him, but he's there. He is there with Ryan.
That's
it. The orange and the blue. That's it.
All right, but see, that's a competitor. And when you're on the market, you're gonna get competitors, and it's only right, because if you don't have any competition, then somebody has a monopoly.
So if Blippi made an NFT, of his face or whatever, I don't know where you're gonna copy, because it's like a copyright, right? At the end of the day, isn't it?
No. It's something completely different.
Intellectual property. You can NFT.
What is that?
You can NFT it.
Yeah, this is what I'm about to show you guys. Hold on, let me put it up on the screen here. So
Are you serious?
This is his V friends, right?
No
The
way.
serious sperm whale, reliable rat, like a sponge, gracious goose, noble numbat,
Bro, that's
glowing glow.
nightmare fuel, dude. That
All
is nightmare fuel.
All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look up the cost of this.
Wow.
Right, there's 5.99 Ethereum. Let's do that.
Oh, geez.
5.99
Well, Ethereum's what, like 10,000 right now, or something?
to USD. All right, so
Jeez,
right
11,
now it'll be
1,200
worth.
bucks.
Yeah, it'll be worth almost
One Ether
$1,200.
is $1,200 is one.
Yeah, for one of those V friends. Now, here's the thing, though, right? So, like you just mentioned, right? You said that it's like copyright. No, this exceeds copyright. This exceeds what we currently understand. I sent you a video the other day, Steve, and I said, hey, you might want to try to wrap your head around this video. This guy is explaining. His name is Steven. No,
I don't like him.
huh? Oh, the guy that I sent you?
No, I'm kidding. I didn't see it.
It just has his name.
Yeah. This guy was explaining to Tom Bailey from Impact Theory. Tom Bailey. I screw up his last name all the time. I think I got his first name wrong too. I don't know. Impact Theory. Sorry, audience. You can correct me. I watch him all the time, but sometimes I just don't remember names. So he's asking this guy about Ethereum. He's asking the guy about cryptocurrency, or why would we want this? Why do you think this is good? And he gave him an analogy, and it was more or less like, why would you move your family to a country, from a war-torn country to a country that's peaceful? So he dropped it on them like that. Like, why would you not want to? Because one place, everything is failing. Our money is failing. They keep turning on the mint. They keep sending money to people overseas. Our value, the dollar value, is just dropping, right? How we do things. Yeah, I know we have a different opinion on that, but how we do things is not working. So this whole cryptocurrency, this Bitcoin, this the blockchain, he gave him that analogy. Like, why would you not want to move your family out of a war-torn country to someplace peaceful? That's basically it in a nutshell. This literally is the future. And if you can't understand it, like Gary said, he's like, I love everybody that's saying that NFTs is like won't work. You will lose. Gary has been right about everything that because he's a person that watches stuff. He looks at it and goes, let me jump on this if it's working. He talked about this like I said, I was telling Dave this. He was on Larry King about 6 years ago and talked about this little known company called Musical.ly. He says Musical.ly is the thing right now that everybody needs to pay attention to. You know what Musical.ly is now?
Never used it.
TikTok.
Oh, really?
How about ByteDance?
No,
Yeah,
ByteDance bought Musical.ly and they turned it
That's
into
right.
TikTok.
That's right.
Before
That's
that,
right.
More corporate whoring, dude. That's all it is. One company bought it. It's
yeah.
whores.
Yeah.
And no disrespect to any ladies of the night.
They got to make their money, Steve. They
got to make their money to respect the hustle. Sex work is work. Sex work is work.
I got paid.
You said it yourself. They got bought out by ByteDance. I have no idea. I never used Musical.ly.
But the point of it was that he was paying attention, and he says everybody,
every tech company since the 2000s, that's their playbook.
Yeah.
They grow and grow on debt, right? Grow and grow and grow, become the biggest, crush your competition, become the top dog at whatever you're doing, if it's social media, if it's music, whatever it is, and then sell. and then
Well,
sell to the highest bidder. That's been their MO.
well,
Yeah.
that's any business owner's MO, Steve.
Not necessarily to sell.
Well,
See, these companies, they go and get big, 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 big. They, at least in the early 2000s, the issue was they didn't know how to monetize all this stuff.
all right.
So they were growing on debt. They weren't bringing in the income. And then, the House of Cards collapsed, 01, 02, all that stuff. Now, at least they can monetize it. They got ad revenue, this and that.
Yeah.
So there is ways to monetize it now, and they've gotten better at it, especially with data, user data, and all that.
So let's do this as you were saying, right? We're still on the subject of Bitcoin, but I want to just kind of go down this little rabbit trail. The goal of some people is to create a brand, right, and sell it. Like they might be able to get a brand up off the ground, and a bigger fish will come along and say, "Hey, I want to buy that. 10
There's
million, 50 million,
nothing wrong with
80 million."
My company,
Yeah.
Digital Drafting Solution.
Somebody, you eventually want to like
Yes.
sell it off for the highest bidder, right? But the point I was making about Gary when it came to NFTs was the fact that he pays attention. So when he talked about Musically wasn't on anybody's radar. He was like, get on Musically now. And people was like, Musically? What? That became TikTok, right? He talked about this other little known company some years before that called Twitter. Nobody knew about Twitter. He's like, everybody needs to get on Twitter. And they're like, why? It was like, because people will be taking pictures of their dogs or showing videos of their dog. They're like, what? Because Gary sees past the fad, right? We see the fad. Most of us see the fad. We look at it and we go, fad, done, right? He's one of those rare individuals that sees past the fad. Said the same thing about YouTube. YouTube came along. He was like, I'm on this thing. There's the result. So when we look at NFTs, where we are right now, Web 3.0, metaverse, NFTs, if we're not looking past the fad, viewers at home, do you think NFTs are a fad? Leave a comment below. What do you think about this? Like, how does this strike you? What do you plan on doing with this information? Are you just going to watch it? Because all three of us was born. We was fortunate enough to be born at a time just before the internet hit the scene, hit the public consciousness. And, our parents wasn't even paying attention to it at all. Maybe Dave's dad's was. Maybe his dad was. Dave, he's on this side. I got to point my finger over here.
Looks like I'm on this side, though.
Well, don't worry about it. On
Never
this
mind.
side, I'm recording on this side. So his dad was very much into computers and everything. So he paid attention to these types of things. He was really focused on that, right? And but he I don't think he did anything with it. But we're at a time now where we're trying to use the current technology. We're trying to use the Web 2.0 to do something with our lives, because this is the new economy. By the time the metaverse hits and NFTs and the blockchain drops, bro, jobs will no longer be jobs. People will be at home making assets for video games and selling them. That's how they will get paid.
So crazy, though.
Well, now there, yes, and where I disagree is I don't think you need an NFT to do that.
Well,
like,
that's just one form
Roblox?
of it. That's just one form. You want to know
It is one form.
Look at your child, right? My son is a Roblox maniac, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And that is a content creation platform.
Now, this is the generation. Hey, stay out of this. This is the generation, because he was literally getting up out of his chair to come over here and make a comment like, oh, you summoned me. So that generation, right? They collect skins. They collect items. They collect the things that we're like, that is so stupid. You mean you want me to pay you money for you to buy something that changes your character like this, not even really give them attributes, just have a face. Like he spends his Roblox money on this stuff, and that's actual money. And it's just little stupid little items that we think is stupid, but that generation will one day be wiping our butts. So imagine that. Right.
Remember, we're the generation that bought Pogs.
Yes, but Pogs are nothing. But this is digital Pogs, right? That can be traded for real money.
Same thing with Pogs.
Remember
We're
Pogs.
traded for money too.
The hell are Pogs?
It is a digital Pog.
You remember Pogs?
What I don't understand is a platform like Roblox. Why would they go to a distributed ledger? To let's say manage their purchases.
For the same reason that Gary Vee just highlighted in his video. The technology, the marketplace took you there. It does not care about what you think about it. If there's a majority that says we like this and this is where we're going, I don't care how you feel about it, how dumb you think it is. Just like people thought that the internet was a fad, just like people thought TikTok was stupid. I'm not twerking on TikTok. Well, guess who has a TikTok page? Guess whose grandparents have a Facebook page because Facebook was stupid? Guess who thought YouTube was stupid? Now they're on it. I hated texting. I thought texting was the dumbest thing, but now I communicate by texting, right? No, the market does not care. So you can ask that question and you are well within your human American rights to ask that question. But the real question is, does the market care what Steve thinks? Does the market care what you at home thinks? Because I know the market doesn't care what I think.
You're 100% right. The market's going to do whatever they do. Salmon swim upstream straight into bears' mouths.
Yes.
They can do the free.
And that's natural. And guess what? The bears eat good and the salmon still are here.
They eat good. There's enough salmon to still.
We had smoked salmon this weekend.
Explode all over the bottom of that river, And
Hey, I found the Pogs. These things?
Yeah. You remember those?
I remember those, yeah.
Bro, we
I
used
never
to
liked
trade
them.
those things, man.
You didn't even get a chair, dude. Like yours is there.
I never liked those.
For anybody under the age of 40 that is watching this video, there was these little tiny some were like hexagon shaped. Those were the rare ones.
They were casino chips.
Yeah, they were like basically casino chips, but like on cardboard paper.
Right? Oh, okay. I was just about to ask. Was it like a metal or plastic?
Well, some was metal, and you could use them to hit the other ones. Like you would hit them.
Slammers.
Slammers. Yeah.
You get the slammers. Some of them were
slammers. Yeah.
Metal.
Yeah,
I remember those.
Class.
Yeah. So that was our version, right? But remember, we're the generation that had this generation that is now creating NFTs.
Right.
Don't forget that. Never forget that, because the next generation always follows in the footsteps that we lay before them, and they either turn into something bigger or better, or they turn into something worse, like 8th place trophies. But we're gonna move on with this video, and we're gonna hear what Gary Vee has to say about this. I think he gets a little deeper into this, and we'll keep going. And like I said, it's 7:39, guys, so everybody can catch the rest of this video, but the whole point is mental toughness. Do we have the mental toughness to see past the fad? Do we have the mental toughness to rise above where we are right now because of our current views, our ego, how we feel inside, right? So that requires mental toughness to say, hey, let me take a back seat to what I think I know and feel, and let me do something that I think can succeed. Because I can tell you this right now, these two gentlemen, when I told them about affiliate marketing and making money online, they was all looking at me like, and guess who's on my show? All right, now, anyway. All right, let's keep rolling, man. I just had to throw that in there. I'm sorry, guys. I love you. I love you all.
Yeah.
Hey, I love this lead into TikTok. There's a lot of people in the room they're at a place where there are a lot of people doing really well. I mean, some people starting out, and you always say, if you don't got money, but you got time. You got to put the sweat equity in. But there's people in the room, they have money, and I'd like to hear about Team Gary Vee. And a lot of people thinking, okay, to do this, because you say, I went on TikTok, but part of the way you're doing that is because people are multiplying your content, you're casting vision. Can you speak into maybe, Team Gary Vee is pretty advanced now.
Yes.
Can we start a little bit at the beginning as you think about those that would say, what about my first hires? How do I even do this?
Hire?
Great at real estate or financial services, but okay, how do I start, where do I get my D-Rock? Where do I get the whole thing? Speak to early stages of building that team to help you grow with video.
You need to hire people that do things that you don't want to do.
Yes.
Where do you find them?
The internet. People say things that drive me crazy because they don't want to do it. As if you can't find it. Are you telling me you're at this conference and you can't find people? You don't know what Fiverr is, you don't know how to post on LinkedIn, you don't know how to search terms on Twitter. People come up with excuses. A lot of people don't grow because they want money to buy things. A lot of people's businesses don't grow because they want the business to give them money so they can get a Corvette or a second. This is back to you've got to find the thing you like. Because if you're building a brand or your thing to buy the yacht, you're not gonna build a very big thing. I'm just building the thing to build the thing. It's more interesting for me to build the thing than it is, it's like this. Some people actually here's a great comp. This blew my mind. One of the most stunning things that happened to me in my life. My whole life, I've wanted to be a professional athlete, right? So by 5th grade, I was like, fuck, I don't think I can play for the Jets. These kids have gotten much bigger and stronger. In fact, I had such good hand-eye coordination that I was fucking killing people in 1st and 2nd and 3rd grade. But somewhere around 5th grade, I'm like, why is everyone twice my size now? And so I was like, this might not be in the cards, and that's when I decided to buy the Jets. But I was like, fuck it, if I can't play for it, I'll just own the whole fucking thing. So now me and AJ get into the sports business, and we have a big practice now, and when I realized that a lot of kids play professional sports, but they don't love the game, it was just their best way to monetize, that blew my mind. And I mean, really don't like it. And even when we recruit kids now, I never want to recruit a kid that doesn't love the game. Because I don't think they're going to be at the, because we make our money on the 2nd and 3rd contract. There's kids that sign that 1st contract and it's a wrap. You want to know why people are out of the league in 3-4 years? Because they didn't give a fuck about the game. So for me, this thing that we're talking about, I don't want the things that come from being the best entrepreneur in the world. I just want to be the best entrepreneur in the world. So it goes to do you love it? Because if you don't, you can't get there. And so a lot of people don't have a D-Rock or a team because they don't want to spend the $53,000 on it because they want a Birka bag and they want to go to Tahiti and they want a fucking Lambo. You're taking the money out of your business for your insecurities instead of feeding the business to win the fucking game.
All right.
100%.
I saw some nods there from Steve. I had to stop it.
Man, that was good.
100%. Yeah, no funny.
Oh, Steve's got to hold that thought. But thanks for watching. Part 2 is coming out next week. So if you're learning and laughing, please animate that like button and we will see you next Thursday. Take care.